Hello my loves, welcome to your cosmic weather report for the week ahead. Now I do just want to start this report by saying that particularly the beginning of this week could be emotional. So I'm just going to put that out there now so that we all know and we're all prepared and we know that we're in this together and we know we're going to have the tools to be able to navigate our way through this. Because as always, even though this might feel sticky, it's helping us in this ongoing journey towards higher consciousness and evolution and growth and really stepping into who we came here to be and creating this new world. And so just know that even if it does feel a little bit sticky, it's there to help you to grow. So on Monday, we get Venus opposite Chiron. So this could mean that you begin the week with a lot of emotional wounds and insecurities coming up around your self-worth, not feeling good enough, love, relationships, feeling unloved, unappreciated, feeling alone and lonely. And from that then perhaps starting to look outside of you for approval and validation and outsourcing your worth. Now, this is really important information to know because first of all, we need to know those things are still in there to be able to bring them up to be healed. But this is also going to work really powerfully with the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse that's coming in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Because this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse is giving us a glimpse of our future collective destiny when the lunar nodes change sign next January. And that, added to the shift of Aquarius into Pluto in November, is really asking us to begin to heal and overcome and say no more to these patriarchal beauty standards that get put upon us, that are created by the same people who profit from you never feeling like you're enough. And so your ability to be able to really show up in the world and be seen and shine as the fullness of yourself is much less when you're constantly worried about whether your face and your body looks the way that your face and your body should look this week. And so if you do find yourself at the start of the week really in that lack of self-worth and not feeling enough, I want you to really ask yourself, compared to what? So are you comparing yourself to this unrealistic beauty standard that is making you feel like you're not enough? And can you instead begin to go within and really connect to the unique vibration of your soul and the beauty that lives within you, and begin to really love and approve of and validate and trust yourself, like fiercely begin to love yourself and say no more to this comparison and trying to adhere to these ridiculous things that are put upon me. This is me, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm perfect as I am. And so the start of this week, as much as we might go into those wounds and those insecurities, we're being shown that they're there so we can bring them to the light for that fierce healing from a place of deep self-love. Now on Wednesday then, early hours of Wednesday morning, we get that Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. Now this is going to be a huge eclipse. It's a really big eclipse portal. As I mentioned, this full moon lunar eclipse is starting to show us what we're going towards, what we're moving towards with the shift in lunar nodes. And what we're really being asked to start to move towards is a deep spiritual connection, to deep faith and trust in yourself and the universe, to knowing your soul self, and beginning to really trust and live by your intuition and inner knowing. So you're not looking outside of yourself so much anymore for answers or permission. You're just tapping into this well of wisdom within you, and you are trusting your intuition and living by it and knowing that you are always being supported and guided and knowing you are a soul having a human experience, and you are perfect, whole and complete just the way you are. So we're going to be asked to take our attention from this material outside world that is designed to make you not feel enough, to keep you out of your power, to coming back into the fullness of your power by knowing I am enough just as I am, because I am a soul having a human experience. And when you tap back into that power source, when you begin to remember and reclaim who you really are, that's when life changes. So first of all, this full moon lunar eclipse is going to show you where your faith is shaky. So where you don't trust yourself and the universe, and where these doubts around your worth and not feeling enough keep you stuck in those perpetual old patterns of repeating the same things in your life over and over and over again, and asking you to really begin to purge and release and let go of anything that's not in alignment with your soul self. So all of these old, outdated beliefs and thoughts that are given to you from the outside world, we're going to be asked to really shed all of those things, all of those old versions of you that seek external validation, that outsource your worth. We're going to really, really be asked to start to look at and let go of these things. And with this being a lunar eclipse, it's a time of big endings. There are going to be big endings over this lunar eclipse, because the only way that you can open new doorways and step into a new beginning is by closing the old doorways. So anything in your life that you've known deep down for a while isn't working, isn't good for you, you're going to be asked to release these things. And if you don't, the eclipses can tend to. And then that feels a lot less empowering and a lot more sticky. So I'd ask you to get really honest about what in your life you know is keeping you stuck, where you're still accepting those same crappy behaviors or saying yes to those things you don't want to. This is a day for really releasing and letting go. Thursday then takes us into the Sun trine Uranus. Now, this is going to be a beautiful day to follow on from that eclipse, because as the Sun trines Uranus, you're going to have an ability to be able to get a glimpse of your soul self. So to be able to feel into and visualize and see the version of you who is fully in her worth, who fiercely loves herself, who knows exactly what she wants, who believes in her ability to get it. You're going to have this deeper knowing of who you are before the world told you who to be. This deep knowing of this is who I am, and this rising in power of this version of you to really want to step into the fullness of yourself. You're also going to find a lot more heightened intuition. So this is going to be a really good test day of, are you going to start to follow these intuitive nudges, even if they don't make a lot of sense? Are you really going to begin to start to trust your soul self and the universe and follow where you're being called to go, even if it doesn't make sense and you're being called into somewhere unknown? Or are we going to revert back into these old scared versions of ourselves? So this is a really beautiful day now to start to almost practice what we preach. We've started to let go of those old layers of self. Now we start to really step into, this is who I am, this is who I can be. Saturday then we get the Sun opposite Neptune, and we also get Mercury square Jupiter. So this is going to be a beautiful day again that just takes you into deeper spiritual connection. With the Sun opposite Neptune, you've got this ability to be able to again lean into and surrender into more of your soul self, the part of you that says, I got this, we can do this. An ability to tap much more into your dreams, your deeper dreams and desires. So when you believe in yourself, when you know you're worthy, when you know you're deserving, when you feel like you're enough, you're able then to go after much bigger dreams and desires. So again, we're going to get this little flavor of those bigger dreams and desires that are waiting for you as you start to grow into more of that soul self and start to really fiercely love and approve of and trust yourself. Mercury square Jupiter brings an optimism, an understanding where things have been unclear before. You might suddenly start to have these understandings of, this is why I keep saying yes to that thing, because there's a part of me that doesn't feel good enough. And so I keep saying yes to that. But actually, if I really love myself, I wouldn't say yes to that. There's going to be an understanding perhaps of previous behaviours, and with that, an ability to really love those parts of yourself, but say to those parts, I love you, but I don't need you anymore now. We're going to draw a line in the sand from here. We're going to start saying no to this and really value ourselves so that we can begin to step into something greater. And Saturday also brings us this opportunity to make more conscious choices. And so I know I've asked you this before, but I want you to keep in mind around the weekend, if I really loved myself right now, what would my choice be? If I really loved myself right now, and to make those conscious choices of what we're allowing or agreeing to or saying yes and no to based on this newfound self-love and approval and worth that we're really beginning to move into, to start to make conscious choices around the weekend of the direction of your life and what you are and aren't here for and willing to accept anymore. And then Sunday, beautiful day on Sunday, we get the sun moving into Libra, which brings us the autumn equinox. So we move into the season of the soul. Autumn is just such a beautiful time for doing exactly what nature is doing. So everything around us in nature is beginning to draw inwards, to slow down, to get quiet, to get still, to go within. And we're really asked to do the same in this season, to gather back all of those parts of ourselves that have got lost and scattered. Now, on this same day, we also have the sun trine Pluto and Venus square Pluto. And so again, just like nature is doing, and I love to do this, I will often go out in nature in autumn and I will watch the leaves fall from the trees, and I will watch the simplicity with which that leaf falls. And you don't see the tree going, oh my God, I better not let go of this leaf because there might be another leaf. And if I let go of this leaf, then what does it mean? Go do it. Just watch the beautiful simplicity, just goes, just releases. And so around this same time, we're also going to be asked to shed and release those parts of ourselves that we've identified over the week that are just not working for us and just aren't serving us anymore. Those things in our life that just aren't working for us and just aren't serving us anymore. Those people and places in our lives and situations in our lives that maybe do make us question our worth. We're going to be asked to let all of those things go. And with the sun moving into Libra, we're being really called into finding balance and peace and harmony. And so again, letting go of everything in your life that keeps you out of alignment, all those things in your life that cause drama, that take you out of yourself, that make you doubt yourself, that make you doubt your worth. All of those things are being asked to let them go. Anything that keeps you out of that center of peace and harmony and balance, it's time to really release those things. And so this is a week for really beginning to identify where we don't feel worthy or enough, where that actually comes from. Going within then to find that really deep healing and being able to self-source our worth and our validation and our approval, which helps us then to begin to really remember who we are on a very deep soul level and begin to step into the power and the fullness and the magic of your perfectly imperfect, beautiful, unique soul self, so that you can then begin to live connected to a deeper intuition and knowing from a place of real trust and faith in yourself and the universe. And a lot of that is going to come from just withdrawing back into self. So again, look at where your energy gets scattered and where you're looking outside of you, and just use this week, especially the end of the week as we move into that equinox, to draw your energy and awareness back in, to go into that stillness and silence and magic and deep intuitive knowing and power within you. I wish you a beautiful week. We've got this. We're in this together. I'm sending you so much love for the week ahead.